Hello everybody. I've been playing a game called Dark Souls. And this game, it came out in 2011. And having beat it, I think I finally get it. You know that picture? You know that meme of Danny DeVito looking up and saying, I get it? Yep. That was me with Dark Souls. I don't know why I put off playing this game for so long, but I finally beat Dark Souls 1 for the very first time. Apologies if my mic sounds a little different. I had a damn tragic thing happen where all my hard drives just failed to function, and I had to reinstall Windows, and I had to reinstall OBS, and so my mic settings might be a little different, but hopefully it doesn't sound too different. I have here 2 tier lists that I'll be using to kind of guide me through this review because I did not write a script, I'll be honest. Sorry. So this is kind of just going to be a review off the seat of my pants, and if I don't know what to talk about, maybe I'll look at the tier list, and then we'll make these 2 tier lists at the very end, very quickly. Talk about each area briefly. So what are the things that I look for in games? Well, I always say there are 3 big pillars of games. There's story, there's music, and there's gameplay. Some people might be like, what about graphics? Well, I don't really care about that as long as it's good enough, If I have, good gameplay, good music, good story, I'm happy. And I mean, not every game needs to even have excel in every single one of these categories for me to like it. The story of Dark Souls 1, for example, is very it's not told in a normal way. It's kind of hard to piece together, the lore, but I will say the world is very cool. The NPCs that inhabit the world are very cool. This is something that I think FromSoft does well. Always, usually, from what I hear. I don't know, I haven't played Dark Souls 2 or 3 or Bloodborne or Elden Ring or Demon's Souls. It's just what I heard. But gameplay, I mean, you have the RPG level up system, where you put your points into, whatever you want. You look at them and you're kind of like, I don't really know what these do, so you just look it up and you're like, okay, never level up resistance, got it. I went for a Unga Boonga strength character for my first playthrough. Got the butcher knife from Mildred in Blighttown, and that carried me through the rest of the game because it's pretty good and scales with strength very well. So yeah, I didn't use any magic. That's something I'd want to do if I ever do another playthrough, which I actually am doing another playthrough, and I will probably upload that to the main channel, a hyper edited version, of course. It was just a stupid little idea I had, and you'll see. I used the Great Scythe for that playthrough, so you'll see. One thing I will say that I have a critique on this game is the runbacks. Why am I not doing the fun part immediately when I lose to the boss? Why do I have to run through some enemies, run through a swamp, run past, a bunch of crap just to get to the part that I want to do, which is the boss fight? This is something that I'm glad Elden Ring fixed, where they put a damn bonfire in front of the boss doors. Now, I haven't played Elden Ring, but that is one thing that I'm very happy to hear. I mean, is it any wonder why I watched a video comparing the time for every run back in the Dark Souls series, and the average time got lower with each game? I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because run backs are annoying and no one likes them. You ever think about it? You ever think about that? Run backs, the worst part of this otherwise amazing game. Probably, in my opinion. Well, just first try every boss and then you don't have to do a run back. How about that? I will say I do think that the first half of the game, all the way up to the end of Anor Londo, was the better part. When you look at areas like Blighttown, the Darkroot Garden, Sen's Fortress even, and especially the Undead Burg and Undead Parish, you kinda go, what the hell were they cooking with the demon ruins and Lost Izalith? Those places are weird. The Duke's Archive is alright, but we'll get to that. The DLC areas are quite good though, for the most part. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Man, I should have scripted this. I have no idea where to go from here. Let's talk about the gameplay a little more. So, for some reason, I don't know why, backstabs just sometimes don't work for me. I don't get it, but maybe there's something going on that I'm doing wrong there. But most of the time they work just fine. I did see a review on Steam. Someone was complaining kind of unfairly, I think, that if there's even more than one enemy, then you get stun comboed to death. And it's like, no, the game is really slow. I mean, you can roll away most of the time. What always happens to me, though, that annoys me, is you'll try to roll through some enemies, and they'll just like crowd around you and push you up against a wall, and you get stuck and you die, and it's terrible. It's a terrible nightmare. But for the most part, I didn't really struggle too much with that kind of stuff. I mean, it happened on occasion, of course. But overall, I found the gameplay to be actually quite fun. I mean, all I did was swing around a damn butcher's knife and basically one-shot everything. So yeah, it was pretty good time, I think. There's one area of the game that I absolutely despise, but I'll get to that. We'll get to that when we talk about the areas in the tier list. Maybe that would be better than whatever I'm doing. Maybe we should just move on to the tier list. Although, let me briefly talk about the music. There wasn't really much music, except when you're fighting bosses, and it's pretty good. I mean, none of them really stick out to me besides Gwyn, because it's just different from all the rest, really, and I feel like I've heard it before in like a YouTube video. But yeah, the music was good. All right, instead of trying to struggle for things to talk about, let's just move on to the tier list. Here's the area tier list. I put it roughly in the order I did them, and I don't exactly remember what order I did them in, so you'll have to forgive me. But obviously, we start with the Undead Asylum. It's a nice little tutorial area, I think. Some easy enemies to fight, an easy boss to defeat. It's pretty cool. Oscar's there, and he's pretty cool. Overall, I think there's nothing really wrong with it. Nothing really shines bright to me, though. You do come back here later and fight the stray demon and get the doll. But yeah. Northern. What? We'll go ahead and put the Undead Asylum in a B tier. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing stand out about it. It's just good. Firelink Shrine. I do love the Firelink Shrine. It has nice music. It's like one of the only areas in the game that has like ambient music when you enter it. It's a nice little respite from all the stressful other areas in the game. I love how the world is interconnected, and like there's so many places that branch off of Firelink Shrine. You got the elevator that goes up to Undead Parish. You can just walk to Undead Burg. There's the shortcut you unlock later that leads to a quick access to the depths. You go down to the New Londo ruins to get to the Valley of Drakes, to get to the Darkroot Garden base, the Darkroot Basin to get to Darkroot Garden, to get to Undead Parish. You know, it's really cool. It is really cool. And you can go from Valley of Drakes to Blighttown as well. Firelink Shrine, nice music, nice breather. When you know that when it gets too much for you, you can go back there and relax. And make sure you kick that bastard off the edge for his ring. You know, spoiler. But yeah, I think it's an A. I mean, this is not really an S tier area. I'm not like shitting my pants over the Firelink Shrine or anything, but it's cool. I like it. The Undead Burg. Quite a good area, I think. Lots of little places to go, lots of little secrets to see. I mean, not that many, to be honest with you. You can fight the Black Knight. Black Knight was kicking my ass on my first playthrough. I come back in my second playthrough, I just parry him and he dies instantly. I really like the Undead Burg. I think it's gonna go into the A tier as well. I don't know what would count as an S tier area for me. I'm looking at these areas and I'm like, are any of these really an S tier? I don't know. Like, what even is my favorite area? I mean, I will get to it. We'll get to it soon, actually. Undead Parish, also an A tier as well. The sound of the bell ringing, the gates, Solaire's there. I don't really know. I don't really know how to describe why I like it so much. It's much easier to describe why I hate an area, which we'll get to eventually. Undead Parish, though, pretty good area. The only downside to it are those 3 rats in that room that poisoned me. Fuck those rats. The depths, much better than the depths and Tears of the Kingdom, I'll tell you that. But still not that great of an area. I mean, those guys that curse you, that's kind of annoying. You have to have a specific item to get rid of the curse. Thankfully, I did buy one because I was like, maybe I'll need that later. So I did end up buying one, and I did need it. Thank God. Gaping Dragon is a very easy boss. Very boring boss. Big health pool. easy to dodge moveset. But yeah, I think the depths was pretty good. I didn't struggle too much here, thankfully. Got a nice ring there that I used for quite a while. I don't know how much use I really got out of it in the end, but it was there. I mean, I don't really like it that much. The rats are kind of annoying. Those other guys are kind of annoying. I don't think it's bad, and I don't think it's mid. I will give it a B tier. I'm probably not gonna really bother ordering this, to be honest. I mean, kind of ordered anyway, to be honest. Blighttown. Now, a lot of people hate Blighttown, from what I know. It is a very annoying area a lot of the time. Those guys that poison you are very annoying. This is why getting the master key and going to the Valley of Drakes backdoor entrance, which gives you much quicker access to the bonfire in the bottom area and Quelaag, is something that I will always do from now on. Blighttown, I think aesthetically, I like the idea of all these, you know, shitty little wooden platforms all over this, like, cave or ravine or whatever it is, right? But, I don't know, man. Those fucking dogs are annoying. The guys that give you toxic are so annoying. The regular enemies are not too bad, but, you know. And then you get down to the bottom and you're, like, desperate for the next bonfire that you don't know where it is because it's your first time playing, and it's like in a little cave that you can just run to really quickly, but you don't know that, and you get scared by all the big fire guys, and then you die and you have to run all the way back, and it's just a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. There's some cool items down there, nothing really too worth it though, I think, but you do get the butcher's knife for Mildred, which is very nice. Very nice weapon, I think. Anyway, Blighttown, I don't know. I have to give it a C. Like, I like the idea, but in execution, it's just not a fun area to play through, really. And, I mean, when it's not even fun, when it's to the point where you just want to skip it, mostly by going through the backdoor entrance, then yeah, I think you made a bad area there. I mean, I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's not as horrific as, like, people say. People are like, oh, it's terrible, PTSD forever. But, it's still not fun at the end of the day. Darkroot Garden. Now, if there was one area that I was gonna give an S tier, probably would be this one. I'm looking at all these other areas and I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I guess this would be my favorite area. I like the aesthetic. Sif is one of my favorite fights in the game. I think it looks very cool. I just liked this area. I don't know. I didn't really struggle too much. There was a little bit of challenge here and there. Those like human guys, those hunters or whatever, gave me some trouble when I first got there. But then you just lead them to the edge and they fall off. It's hilarious. You may be wondering why I put this after Blighttown but before Quelaag. That's because I left Blighttown because it sucked so much and went to the Darkroot Garden and based it and grabbed a couple things there before returning to Quelaag. I didn't fight Sif at this time, but I did do one attempt and then died instantly and said, well, I'll come back later. But yeah, I liked the garden a lot. I don't know what to say. It's just a vibe, really. It's just a vibe. Weird creatures, plant creatures, the tree mimics are funny. Yeah, I liked it. Moonlight Butterfly was a very easy boss, but that's fine. Pretty good, pretty cool, I think. Darkroot Basin, on the other hand, I mean, it's not as good. No, it's not as good. It's not really even as big, I don't think. I mean, it's just basically Grass Crest Shield, the shortcut that leads to Havel, and the lake with the Hydra thing in it, you know? But it still looks cool, and it did give me the beautiful Grass Crest Shield, which I love. I think I'll give it an A. I think I'll give it an A at the bottom there. Yeah, better than the Undead Asylum, not as good as these areas, but I think it's still cool. I think it's still very cool. Quelaag's Domain, I mean, it's just a weird spider zone. It's just basically a boss arena, and then that weird little creature at the bottom who accidentally hit my first time playing, and I had to end up killing him in order to use the bonfire down there. Sorry, little dude. Quelaag, not too tough. I mean, once you learn that you just have to walk into her side when she does her sword attack, she's pretty easy because all of her other attacks have super choreographed, you know, moves. I mean, even her sword does, so I mean, it's pretty easy. Just walk into her basically for the whole fight. And hope that you don't get trapped by the fire, the lava on the ground. But I'll talk more about that when I do the boss tier list, because I also have the boss tier list. I should probably stop talking about the bosses so much. I mean, I guess I'll give it a B tier. Like, it's not really much of an area, I don't think. Sen's Fortress. Now, I actually did pretty well in Sen's Fortress. I didn't get hit by the swinging axes or whatever at any point. The biggest trouble I had was with the damn lizards shooting lightning at me, but thankfully I had the crest shield and I just went through with that for those guys. Yeah. Did I go to Darker Garden before Quelaag? I don't even remember actually anymore. I know I left Blight Town and I went to the Undead Asylum again. Whatever, the order that I'm doing this tier list in doesn't matter. So yeah, I went to Sen's Fortress and so yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it is a little annoying here and there, but it is a cool area, I think. Cool idea, full of traps and enemies. And then you get to the top at long last. You kill that guy, throwing boulders. And then the Iron Golem was a very easy fight. Very easy indeed. I didn't end up knocking him off the ledge. I just beat him to death with the butcher's knife. I think it's a B tier, honestly. Probably better than Quelaag's Domain. A lot of people might say, oh, it sucks, I hate it. It was a nightmare to get through, but it wasn't even that bad for me. What was annoying though is when I tried to kill the Titanite demons down below after having cleared out the area and killed the Iron Golem. I went back to try to kill those Titanite demons and fuck them to hell. Why were there two in that one big room? You know, you get attacked by one and then the other one's shooting lightning at you. Fuck that. Anyway, after Sen's Fortress is obviously Anor Londo. I mean, I think it looks very cool visually. I really like how it looks. What annoyed me to no end though were those knights who shoot the big ass arrows. I died here like so many times because I just kept getting knocked off or killed by them, and it was so annoying. Eventually I did get them though, and I was so happy. But I was getting irate doing this area. The only area in the game that I really struggled with to that extent, probably those damn big bow guys. I don't even think they're actually that hard to deal with. I just didn't know how to like deal with them properly and ended up getting owned. Oh well. Other than that though, once you get past them and you're inside the building, it's very cool. Yeah, very cool indeed. Solaire's in there hanging out. Onion Man's in there hanging out. Onion Man. Sigmire. And we'll talk about the boss later. And also I got to go kill that damn bastard who killed the Firekeeper as revenge. Fuck him to hell. Anyway, this is gonna go really high actually. I'll give it an S as well. I think I'm gonna give it an S as well. Even though those damn archers were so annoying, I will give it an S just because, you know, it's such a cool area and it looks so cool. Not my favorite area, but I will say it's an S. Firelink altar, I mean, it's just the Firelink altar. What do you want from me? It's like a C tier. Great Hollow, this annoying ass tree. Didn't really like this tree too much, to be honest with you. Some cool items in there, but I don't know. It's kind of a Blight Town deal for me. Cool looking area. Annoying as hell to play through though. I mean, it's not even that annoying. It's probably better than Blight Town. I just didn't really feel much going through it, to be honest. Maybe that's just me. Maybe this is your favorite area. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm very sorry. Ash Lake, I mean, whatever. Whatever as well. You can fight another Hydra there if you want, and then you can join the Dragon Covenant, I guess. I mean, I'll give you a C tier on that one. It looks cool. It looks cool. Valley of Drakes, I mean, it's just some drakes. You get the red Tearstone Ring there, which I didn't get. You fight the Undead Dragon, which I didn't do. I mean, it's alright, I guess. I mean, it's just some drakes. Really, it's just a connecting area. It connects to New Londo. It connects to Darkroot Basin. Connects to Blight Town. That's kind of its purpose, really. I'll give it a top of C, though. Painted World of Ariamis. This is a very cool idea going into the painting. I actually really like this area. I think I'll give it the top of A. It's not quite S tier, because there are some annoying enemies in there. Like those damn wheel guys. But at the end of the day, it's a very cool location, I think. Very cool idea as well. Wonderful boss as well. New Londo Ruins. Kind of hate this area a little bit. Just a little bit, though. I don't really hate it. It's got some cool stuff in it, but I don't know. It's annoying to navigate. It's dark as hell. Those ghosts are annoying. The dark wraiths are okay, I guess. I don't know. Bottom of B? Well, maybe it's better in Quaylag's domain. The Abyss. This is just an area where you fight the Four Kings. Like, come on. Demon Ruins. This is when the game started feeling a little less polished, you know? In these last areas, the Demon Ruins, it looks ugly. Looks kind of ugly. I mean, you can even tell in this picture that it looks kind of ugly. Not quite as ugly as Lost Izalith, I'll give you that. I mean, it's alright. Top of C. Sorry. Lost Izalith, I mean, is it alright if I give it a D tier? Is it alright if I give it a D tier? Only thing I remember about this area, really, is the annoying run back to Bed of Chaos. That's about it. It's ugly. It's disgusting. Duke's Archives, though. This area was actually pretty cool. Bit of a nightmare, and maybe a little annoying here and there. Nothing too bad, though. I don't really like the guys that shoot at me. Fuck those guys. But other than that, yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. Just a cool area. I like, you know, big libraries are always pretty cool. I'll give it probably at the top of B. Don't think it's quite A tier. I didn't like it enough to put it in A tier, but yeah. Crystal Cave. I mean, it's just a crystal cave. I think it's cool that you have to follow the drips to find out where the hidden paths are. Yeah. That one, you know, that one golden crystal dude? And if you walk on the left side of the crystal that he's on, you just slip off and die. That was some bullshit, man. That was some bullshit. But, I mean, it wasn't bad. It looks cool aesthetically. I like the aesthetic. Going through it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Once you know how. Don't really even have to fight anything in there. Yeah, nothing too bad about it. You have to run back through it if you die to Seath, but Seath is easy, so I mean, shouldn't take you more than like 2 tries at most, really. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you're doing a challenge run and you have a terrible weapon, or like no health or something. But yeah, I'll give it B, probably, okay, I'll put it below New Londo. Yeah, nothing crazy about it. It's just pretty good. Catacombs, kinda hate them. Those wheel guys are annoying. Skeletons are annoying. It's annoying to navigate through. I mean, there are some cool shortcuts you can pull here and there, but I don't know. It's a lot of small enclosed rooms with annoying enemies and small narrow little paths here and there. I don't know, it's kind of annoying. It is very interesting to run through it at the start of a run to try to get a good item in there. But I don't know. I mean, it's alright. I don't know. Cool idea, maybe. I'll give it like the bottom of B. Actually, I'll give it the top of C. Kinda don't like it. Tomb of Giants is an F. I hate this area. This area sucks. It's terrible. It's so dark, you can't see anything. Those like dog skeletons, those huge like skeletons that are on all fours are like so annoying. They have so much health. Too much health. They're annoying to hit. They deal so much damage. And there's so many of them. Like, you just have to run through that area. Like, it's not, you don't fight them. You don't get to fight them. You think you're gonna fight them? No, don't fight them. Just run. Just go to the end and go fight Damnito, who's fucking easy as hell. Don't like the Tomb of Giants. Don't like it one bit. Hated going through it. Dark ass, shit ass, skeleton ass, bullshit ass, stupid ass area. Definitely not looking forward to this on any future playthroughs that I ever do. Definitely not looking forward to it. Now we get to the DLC. I mean, this is just basically you fight the Guardian, but it looks cool. It's a cool looking area. I'll give it bottom of B. Well, I'll give it above Quelaag. The Ulasil Sanctuary, this is just a little hub zone, kind of, with a mushroom person in it. I mean, nothing wrong with it, really. I guess I'll give it around the same score. Maybe put it above New Londo. Royal Wood is pretty cool. Nice little area. Looks cool. I like the aesthetic, of course. The enemies are maybe sometimes a little annoying, but not too troublesome at the end of the day. Yeah, it looks cool. I think I'll give it an A tier. I like it. I like it. Nothing too crazy. I'll put it above the basin. The township kind of didn't like this area. I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't know what people's thoughts on this area are, but I don't like the one enemy that shoots the ball at you. Like they have some crazy tracking going on or something. I don't know what's going on with that. I always get hit by it unless you dodge through it. Yeah, it's kind of annoying to run through. Thankfully, you get the shortcut though. And it's like annoying too, like in my ears. Like I hear like screaming and laughing all the time. I'm like, leave, get out of my head. But you know, once you get through it, it's okay. I'll give it a C tier. I'll give it a C tier, honestly. Probably better than the catacombs at the very least. The very least. Chasm of the Abyss, I mean, it's cool that all the humanities are there. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. They save Sif there, which is nice. I don't like the run back to the boss, especially since it's such a hard boss. You'll probably die a few times, but whatever, you know, gotta deal with it. It's like, alright, I don't know. It's the DLC areas. I mean, they're better than Tomb of Giants, I'll give you that, but they don't reach quite the peak of this game, I don't think. I don't know, Chasm of the Abyss, I guess I'll give it the bottom of B. Well, I'll give it above Quelaag's Domain. Why is this even in B, honestly? It's fine. Killing of the First Flame, I mean, basically you just run through some enemies to go fight Gwyn. The run back is a little annoying, but that's okay. I mean, it looks cool, I guess, kind of. It looks kind of cool, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, not a whole lot of build up to fighting Gwyn, I don't think, because you just run straight to him. I'll give it a B, not too high though. As an area, it's not that cool. Could be a lot cooler, I think. And maybe it is cooler in Dark Souls 3. I think this is 3, right? I don't know. No idea. I guess I'll put it above New Londo? No, never mind. Yeah, this is my list, I think. Feel free to critique it. Let me know what you think of these areas. What's your favorite area? What area did you end up hating? This is my list. If yours looks different, that's okay. We all have, you know, different tastes at the end of the day. These are just the areas that I personally liked myself. So yeah, there you go. Guess we'll talk about the bosses now. All right, gonna try to go through this a little quicker than I did the the area tier list there. All right, Asylum Demon, he's a cool tutorial boss. I'll give him B2. Taurus, however you say it, Taurus Demon. Pretty easy once you figure him out. I mean, you can just like walk away from him when he starts swinging and then walk in and hit him once and walk out and just do that forever. You could also do a plunging attack on him. Pretty good damage there. I mean, he's nothing too special, but he's nothing too bad. I'll give him a B tier. Bell Gargoyle. Now, this is the first boss that I truly had a problem with in more ways than one. I had a problem defeating him, and I had a problem with the design, quite frankly. In future playthroughs, it's pretty easy to deal with, to be honest, but on the first playthrough, I was so annoyed by the fact that a second gargoyle appears, because I was having fun defeating the first one, and then a second one decides to show up, and it's just like, why? Why did you show up? Which is a little annoying, you know? I mean, it's not too tough once you figure it out. I mean, you can't have Solaire help you if you're having a lot of trouble. But I didn't really ever use any of my humanity. I never became human because I did not want to get invaded by people who just killed me, to be honest. Which did happen a couple times. But the Bell Gargoyle, I'll give it a C tier. I'm sorry, I'll give it a C tier. It was fun. Second gargoyle kind of ruins it. And even without the second gargoyle, it's not that crazy of a fight anyway. Nothing too crazy about it. Capra Demon, fuck the Capra Demon, honestly. It's not even the Capra Demon himself that is annoying. It's this tiny ass room with a big ass tree in it that blocks the camera. And they were like, well, you know, the Capra Demon, he's not too tough. And so let's make the room smaller. Oh, he's still not tough enough. Let's just put 2 fucking dogs in there. Why not? The dogs are probably the most annoying enemy in this entire game in many ways. Maybe not literally, but But I don't know, the dogs, they always fuck me up, man. They behave so strangely. So the only choice you have is to run past the Capra Demon as soon as you enter, run up the stairs, kill the dogs, and then you can actually have a fight with the Capra Demon. It's like, really, man? Like, just let me fight the Capra Demon. What are these dogs doing here? This is gonna be a D tier for me. If the dogs weren't there, it would be at least a B tier, probably. Gaping Dragon, I talked about him a little bit. He's easy. He's not very hard to figure out, and he's just a little tanky, so the fight takes a little long. But yeah, he's not too bad, actually. It's a cool idea, I think. Cool idea, boss. A cool visual. But like the huge giant bosses in games are always usually a little easy because you can't get too crazy with them, or else they're just annoying. But you know. Yeah, I give him like a B tier, I guess. Nothing too crazy, but a cool idea. Moonlight Butterfly is actually pretty nice. I mean, a very easy fight. You just dodge and then hit it when it comes down. And if you have bow and arrow, you can do that. You can even throw fire bombs at it. I don't know, pretty easy. A cool idea, I guess. You're on a little thin bridge. I don't know. This is a weird boss fight, to be honest with you. It doesn't fit with any of the other fights, really. Pretty unique. Which, you know, is always welcome, I think, actually, to be honest with you. I'll give it the top of B, because I like how it looks, to be honest. Chaos Witch Quelaag, I actually had a lot of fun with Quelaag. I'm gonna give Quelaag an A. I think Quelaag is pretty cool. Maybe, I don't know if this is I don't know what people think, so I don't know if any of these takes are spicy, hot takes or anything, but Quelaag I think was pretty cool. First boss that I thought was actually pretty dang cool. Felt like I was actually fighting a boss, you know. And I also put this roughly in the order I fought them in. It might be a little scuffed, but I think this is the order I fought them in. I don't exactly remember though. I do know I did the DLC right before Gwyn though, so at least there's that. Iron Golem, very easy fight, to be honest with you. Even if you don't knock it off the edge, it's still pretty damn easy. I mean, there's always the possibility that you get grabbed and thrown off the ledge, but that didn't happen to me, thankfully, because I just fought him in the middle because I didn't know you could knock him off the cliff. So, yeah, pretty easy. Nothing too crazy, though. A cool aesthetic, I guess. I'll give him above the Asylum Demon, I suppose. Well, yeah. Well, maybe above the Taurus Demon? I don't know. No, never mind. Ornstein and Smo, this is going to be the first S tier. I heard these guys are pretty hard. I managed to actually kill Ornstein on my first attempt ever, and then Smo crushed me to death. And then on my second attempt, I killed Ornstein again and got Smo down to like 10% of his health bar, and then died tragically. So I almost two-shot him, and then for like 6 attempts after that, I couldn't even get to phase 2. It was a nightmare. And then eventually I did kill Ornstein, and then Smo went down pretty easily after that. The thing with this fight is you can get real lucky with the RNG, and Smo will just stay away from you while you're dealing with Ornstein, who's not very difficult to deal with when he's alone. Or you can just get super terrible RNG where Smo runs at you constantly and Ornstein teleports to you constantly, and it can be a little bit of a nightmare sometimes, but I mean that's just the way it is. I think it's a very cool fight. They look cool, and fighting them was actually fun. The runback isn't too bad. I mean, it could be better, but it's not too bad. Great Grey Wolf Sif, which I will just call Sif. She is another S tier, honestly. I really liked fighting Sif. Her attacks aren't too bad at all to deal with. It was just fun. A cool boss fight. I kind of killed her too quickly to see her limping animation, even though, you know, that does happen, but I think I was pretty strong at this point. My butcher's knife was leveled up quite a lot. Probably could have done this fight a little earlier than I did, but it was still fun nonetheless. I had a great time doing this fight. Stray Demon actually gave me a lot of trouble for some reason. I don't know, I just kept dying to the explosion. But eventually you figure out just stay on the ass, and if it jumps in the air, when it lands, you need to go behind him immediately so that you're always on his ass, and hopefully he starts doing the attack where he slams his staff into the ground, makes an explosion, and you just walk away from that, then walk in and hit him, and then hopefully he'll do it multiple times and you can really wail on him there. Probably better than these guys. I'll put him at the top of B. Didn't really like him too much. His arena's very small. I don't like how you take mandatory damage when you fall into it, but whatever. Crossbreed Priscilla. Beautiful, beautiful Priscilla. Cool idea boss fight with the footsteps in the snow. I really liked that actually. It kind of reminded me of like a Zelda boss. Is there a Zelda boss like that? There must be, right? With the footprints. But yeah, I will give Priscilla in top of A tier. Actually, I really liked Priscilla. Don't think it's quite an S tier fight, but very good fight nonetheless. And well, she is so beautiful, as we know. 4 Keens, pretty easy, all things considered, because I had a good DPS weapon. This fight is like a DPS check. I was thankfully able to fight them one at a time because I did it enough DPS. But yeah, I mean, cool, I guess. I two tried this one. The only reason I think I died the first try was because I had to take off Havel's Ring and I ended up being slower than I was for the rest of the game, and so my rolls weren't very good, which was very sad. And I was wearing the FAP ring on the other slot, which I did not want to break, so I could not wear Havel's Ring. But on my second try, I just took off some armor, and it was fine. Anyway, 4 Keens, I don't know. It would be really annoying if you didn't have a good DPS weapon, but when you do, I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty easy. It's not bad. I don't think it's mid. I don't think it's C tier. There's nothing really wrong with it. I'll give it the bottom of B though. It's not really an exciting boss fight, to be honest. Ceaseless Discharge. Now I fought this guy regularly. I rolled, dodged his attacks, and hit him till he died. Only after did I realize that I could have just ran all the way to the fog gate, and he like grabs onto the ledge and then he falls off like an idiot and instantly dies. I think that's something that's kind of cool that you could even do that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a cool idea, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care for him too much. Is he even a B tier though? No, I don't think he's a B tier. I'll give him top of C tier. He's a pretty average fight. I mean, even if you fight him normally, he's not too bad. You just dodge and then hit him, and he can be cheesed so much that it's hilarious. C for cheese. Demon Fire Sage. Probably the best of the demons. Actually, no. I hate him. Kind of. He's a little annoying. I hate his room. I hate the wood that I get stuck on. I actually hate his arena more than Stray Demon, but I'll put him right next to Stray Demon. Kind of has the same moveset as Stray Demon. Kind of got lazy with him, you know. And why is he weak to fire? Really makes you think. Centipede Demon. I too tried him. Thankfully, he's kind of annoying. Don't like the lava in his room. He's ugly too. His attacks are weird. I give you the bottom of B, I guess. All right, now we get to the Bed of Chaos. F. The worst boss I've ever seen in my life, man. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? You walk in, nothing too crazy is happening. You run to one of the sides, you kill the thing. Next, oh my god, it's already gone to shit. The floor starts going away. Oh, an arm starts swinging around. It's a nightmare, but it's not too bad, and eventually you make it. You make it to the end. And now you have to run back to the middle in order to drop down on the branch. And he just swings at you and swings at you. It would be a different thing if his swing just went through you and did some damage. But no, it scoops you. It scoops you like a damn arcade machine. Like, what the fuck is this? What are we doing here? He just scoops you into the hole over and over and over and over again. And then you're greeted with the worst run back I've ever seen in my life. Maybe. At least one of the worst run backs I've ever seen. And you just do it over and over again. You're like, all right, this time I'll get him for sure. And you slide down. He's already shooting his damn fire beams at you. You get to the ground, you start running. He just scoops you. It sucks. It's terrible. I wish I knew the firebomb method, because I would have just done that immediately, probably. And on future playthroughs, I will always be doing that because fuck him. Fuck Bed of Chaos. Fuck him to hell. I hate him. Fuck him. And then you just have to roll through a bunch of wood just to get to him. It's just everything about this boss is just annoying. Designed to be annoying. Designed not to make you have fun, to be honest. Like what makes bosses fun are bosses like these two up here in S, where it's a duel between you and them. You know, you're fighting and it's cool. But no, whatever this gimmicky ass, stupid ass, annoying ass, unfair ass boss fight is, no, it doesn't work. It sucks. I hate it. It's terrible. See, the scale is quite easy indeed. Cool idea that you have to break the crystal to make it start taking damage, but once you do that, you're good to go. It's not too difficult. I was actually attacking one of its like little legs thinking it was a tail, so I didn't end up getting the weapon from its tail, which I didn't even use. It wouldn't have even used anyway because I just used the butcher knife the whole playthrough. But yeah, see, the scale is not too bad. Cool idea, like the aesthetic, like the crystals, like the color scheme. Not bad, not too great either though. Probably better than Gaping Dragon at least. Probably better than Asylum Demon. Probably better than Iron Golem at least. Probably better than Moonlight Butterfly. Maybe I'll just leave it there. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Pinwheel is hilariously easy. First tried, no problems whatsoever. Died really fast. Hilarious amount of low health. I mean, I don't know what they were cooking there. Maybe because you can go to the catacombs at the start of the game. They're like, well, let's not make Pinwheel too hard in case some poor fool goes there. Even though all the skeletons leading up to him take like no damage from early game weapons, so people would probably be like, eh, maybe I should leave. But whatever. Pinwheel, easy as hell. Funny, so easy it's hilarious actually. I give him a C tier. Not a fun boss fight, but at least he wasn't painful, I suppose. Probably right there, actually. Nito, the only thing I don't like about Nito is his skeleton army, but if you have a divine weapon in your inventory, you can just kill them with that and it's no problem, which luckily I did. So yeah, not too bad after that. Nito's pretty easy, just run away from that AoE attack, and then you just kind of stand in its hitbox and it just dies. It just dies. Nothing too crazy, but it's a cool idea, cool little room he's in, I guess. Runback could be a little better, I think, but that's okay. I could say that about almost every boss, probably. I'll give Nito, I guess I liked him more than Seath. In fact, I'm moving Seath down. Just because I like the aesthetic of the Moonlight Butterfly more. Dark Sun Gwendolyn, I mean, he just goes across the damn hallway. It's annoying to chase him down, but that's okay. Not too difficult at the end of the day. I mean, Crest Shield helps here in case you get hit, but you can dodge all the attacks pretty easily. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Not too crazy about this boss fight. Just, it's kind of gimmicky, but I guess it's better than nothing, I suppose. Which is why I will put it at the bottom of B. Well, actually, the Centipede Demon's annoying. Yeah, I think I'll leave him there for now, yeah. I don't know, this tier list could change depending on, you know, how many more times I play the game, but this is just kind of my first impressions, I suppose. Sanctuary Guardian, pretty cool fight, I think. I'm not too crazy about some of his moves that are kind of annoying and undodgeable. Well, they're not literally undodgeable, but I was just bad. But, you know, at least this is the only boss, well, maybe the only boss. This is one of the only bosses at the very least that has a very, very, very short run back. It's like 2 seconds for this guy. Thank God. And that alone is at least a B tier worthy. But he was still fun nonetheless. Probably better than Stray Demon. Do I keep him at the top of B or do I take him to the bottom of A? I will go bottom of A. He was cool. The DLC fights are all pretty cool. Artorias, probably my favorite fight in the game. Truly felt like you were fighting, you know, a cool badass guy. Yeah, I liked it a lot actually. Dodging his attacks, hitting him, deciding when to roll, when not to roll, etc. Figuring out his pattern, and you know, he's just cool. He's not unfair, he's just cool. I mean, it's not even so unfair when he does the second jump slash, because you know, once you see it once, you're on edge for it and you look out for it. It took me a long time to figure out that I could stop him from buffing up. Like every time he went to buff up, I just ran away from him because I thought if I was too close, I'd get hit. And I was like, is that buffing him? Is that giving him more damage? Because like I let him buff 3 times and then he like one-shot me. And so I fought him over and over and over again. It was taking forever, but eventually I figured out, oh, I can stop it. And that's the fight I figured out that I could stop his buff. I killed him. So yeah, always stop his buff if you can. It makes it a lot easier. He wouldn't be an S tier if you couldn't stop his buff, to be honest, because it just does so much damage. But you can, so there you go. Calamite, I struggled with him a bit. Once I figured out his attacks though, and when it's safe to hit him, and to make sure to look out for, you know, his grab, his debuff when he stands on his hind legs. Because when he stands on his hind legs and shoots his breath, he's very open to attack, but sometimes I would get grabbed thinking he was gonna do that attack, but he was doing the other one. You just gotta keep an eye out. But you know, fighting a dragon, it's always cool. I struggled a little bit with him, but nothing too crazy. I think I'll give him an A tier. Manus was a little annoying. His attacks are fast. His juggle attack is annoying. It does so much damage. You just get stuck in it. He might be the hardest boss in the game, probably. Luckily though, I had the silver pendant, so his magic attacks were nothing to me. And luckily I was a strength build, so I just put on Havel's shield and was immune to all his attacks, basically. Which made the fight so easy that it was unbelievable, actually. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I come back here and I don't have 50 strength. I think I'll cry. But I'll give him the top of B. He's my least favorite fight from the DLC, but that's just because the runback is annoying and he's a little hard for me. You know, skill issue, you could say. He's the skill issue. But I mean, pretty easy when you have Havel's shield available and the pendant. Gwyn, I like the music of this fight a lot. Very solemn and unique in that regard. Parrying him is always funny because the way he falls down looks funny. But damn, some of his attacks come out so fast. I didn't know about the parry lock that you could do where you parry him and then you repost and then you drink the Estus flask. I didn't know. And then he does the easy attack that you can parry very easily. I didn't know about that, so I was stuck fighting him pretty normally, and he kept kicking my ass with some of those attacks. They just come out so fast. But I realized that the butcher's knife like stuns him every 3 hits, so I just wailed on him one time and he died, and I was like, oh, it was that easy all along? Okay. But yeah, Gwyn, I think he's a pretty cool fight. I'll give him the bottom of A tier. The run back is really annoying, but the fight itself is pretty cool and fun and iconic and visually interesting. I mean, it's not that interesting, I guess. I like his sword though. And the music, it really poppin'. And he'll probably be very fun in future playthroughs when I can just parry chain him to death. So yeah, there's my tier lists. I give the game like a 9 out of 10. Genuinely very, very amazing game. Dark Souls 2, I will be playing that eventually. I'll let you know what I think of it when I get to it. I'll make another one of these videos. You might see some Dark Souls related things pop up on the main channel here and then. Some challenge runs kind of thing. Or you know, or specific item runs, like I'm gonna use this weapon, or you know, stuff like that. You might see that pop up every now and again. But yeah, Dark Souls 2, I heard it's not very good, so I can't wait, to be honest. After playing Dark Souls 1, which was fantastic, I can't wait to play Dark Souls 1, which I hear is pretty bad. Maybe I'll end up liking it though. Maybe I'll be one of those rare weirdos that actually likes Dark Souls 2 the most. Probably not though. Either way, here's my tier list. Let me know what your favorite bosses were. Let me know what you think. Dark Souls 1, fantastic game. If you haven't played it, play it, man. Like if you've been like nah, everyone that says it's good they're just crazy fanboys. I don't want to waste my time fighting a boss for 100 hours. Nah, just play it, and then you too will look up in the camera like Danny DeVito and say, I get it now. Cause yeah, it's great. When it hits, it hits. When it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. But, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad with these types of games. Sorry my review section of this video was so lackluster, probably, because I didn't script it. But hopefully you enjoyed watching the tier lists. And, you know, if I think of anything else that I want to talk about, I will put that in the description below. I mean the comments. One thing I do want to mention that I just remembered was some of the secrets in this game and like what you have to do is very confusing and without a guide. If you have a guide, it's not too bad. Luckily, I had a friend watching me play the game and, you know, if I ever got stuck, he would give me, you know, a little bit of guidance. But yeah, if you're gonna play through the game, maybe pull out a guide. Don't refer to it too often, only when you get stuck. But yeah, because there are some things that are missable pretty easily, so you know, just make sure you don't miss it, I guess. But other than that, if I think of anything else that I want to talk about, I will probably put that in the comments below if I think of anything after this, because the review part of this video is kind of off the cuff, unscripted. So, you know, if there's anything else I want to bring up, I'll put it in the comments below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my tier lists. And, you know, let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? What did you like about this game? What did you hate about it? And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you again real soon. Thank you for watching. And as always, I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.